And then there's a whole series of rites that are handed down from the Kero, from these Laika medicine men and women. And the rites, there's 9 rites at the moment, and these rites are available in all traditions. It just so happens that they're the transmissions that we receive and then pass on, we give up front. Many traditions, you have to wait until you've finished your training, until you're good enough, well enough, big enough, bright enough. In this tradition, we give them right up front so that they actually hold your luminous energy field. As you step in more and more into your becoming, they help to, it's like a big hand that comes from the future and pulls you carefully towards it, who you were meant to be. And these rites hold your luminous energy field in order for you to do that. And they're beautiful rites. We do them in ceremony. The bands of protection that are woven into your energy field, the healer's rites that allow you to step into that place of healer, the harmony rites. Remember that the shaman has an animistic relationship to the universe. It's a living, breathing thing. And I think it may have been Joseph Campbell that said that any tradition that has an animistic relationship to themselves and to the universe is a successful tribe, a successful culture, and we have sown into our chakras the seeds of serpent in your root chakra, and jaguar in your second chakra, and hummingbird in your third chakra, and eagle in your fourth chakra in your heart. And then the 3 luminous beings that represent the lower world, the middle world, and the upper world that we talked about earlier. So the seed of the keeper of the underworld in your throat, and the seed of the keeper of the middle world in your third eye, and the seed of the keeper of the upper world in your crown chakra. So that there you are held by these 3 worlds and the 3 fundamental principles of the universe in your chakras. So serpent is that binding principle. Jaguar is that earth and death, life, renewal principle. Hummingbird is the principle of evolution and growth. And eagle is the principle of transcendence. And these 4 principles they're the things that created the universe in the first place. And you could call it gravity, electromagnetism, nuclear weak force, and nuclear strong force, because that's what they are. But it's so much nicer to have a relationship with serpent, jaguar, hummingbird, and eagle, that we have a personal relationship with them. So these are sown in ceremony. These are sown into your chakras, into our chakras, so that we then begin to relate to the universe and all that created it in a very real and personal way. And so many of the rites that are given as we go around the medicine wheel, the rites that allow you to become the earth keeper, to really step in and understand that we are guardians of this earth, that God may have created it, but we are the caretakers. And of course, the old myth that we live with is that God made it and we just got left the labeling of things. But actually, the indigenous people believe that God created it, creation created it, and we are part of that creation, constantly renewing, constantly creating, constantly. So there's a whole different myth that you can then step into when you step into this tradition. That means that you hold that place of creator yourself. And so these transmissions over time that get downloaded into your energy, into our energy fields, means that we then understand that we are here to create and dream a new world into being. Otherwise, we have to be content with what the world is creating, and frankly, recreating what was doesn't serve us. We have to be on the edge of wonder and go, what do we want to create in the world? How do we want our world to be?
Well, Chris, I've got
step in.
One last question for you, which is, how do we dream a new world into being?
How do we dream a new world into being? By not holding that the world needs healing, by not holding that the world is wrong and damaged, by holding the fact that everything is exactly as it should be, and at the same time creating with God as God, rather than allowing that old God that punishes us when we're naughty, and that is there in the background as a punishing God. Because we are God. We are here as part of the universe to create, but we can't create from the old. So let everything die that doesn't serve you, and then you can create something new. But if you're creating, look at the banks. I'm sorry, Steve, I'm going to bring this in. Look at the financial institutions right now. Everything is crumbling, and yet we are trying to uphold that which was and never worked, instead of going, it's dead, let's kill it off, say goodbye. What do we want instead? And the path of the shaman, remember at the beginning I was talking about death. Walk with death as your ally, that if it's not serving you, allow it to die. Honor it, thank it, acknowledge everything that it's brought you, but let it go, so that you can create a new, something fresh. And that's how you dream the world into being. For the Inca shaman that lives, 16,000 feet high up in the Andes, they go beyond the mountains to dream a new world into being. Because if you dream it from here in this middle world, you're only going to get the same thing all over again. Is that what you want? So how do you do it?
No. How does somebody connect with your work if they want to connect with you in your shamanic practice? If
they want to connect with me, there's a number of ways they can do it. They can go on to my website, which is www.life-times.co.uk. They can phone me on 0118-926-4378. Or they can connect with me via the Four Winds, who I teach the medicine wheel and healing the light body in Europe. So if they get to the Four Winds, UK at thatfourwinds.com. So there's many ways to get to this shaman.